Welcome to the spoken tutorial on safe preparation, serving, and storage of baby food. In this tutorial, we will learn about baby food safety guidelines for its preparation, serving, and storage. Let us begin. Safe preparation of baby food is very important. It protects the baby from foodborne infections. The first step in preparing food safely is personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is explained in detail in another tutorial of the same series. Next step is cleaning. Clean the entire food preparation area, utensils, and chopping boards. Use warm soapy water to clean them. Always clean them before and after use. Also, clean them after handling raw food and before contact with other foods. Utensils used for baby food preparation should be scrubbed well. They should be washed well with boiling water. They should be air dried or wiped with an unused clean cloth. They must always be kept covered. All the food ingredients should be cleaned properly. Wash fresh fruits and vegetables thoroughly with clean water. Wash them before peeling and cutting. This will remove contaminants, parasites, and pesticides. Use separate cutting boards for non-vegetarian and vegetarian foods. Also, use different utensils and chopping boards for raw food and cooked food. This will prevent the transfer of germs from raw food and meat to other foods. Change and wash any cloth used in the kitchen at regular intervals. Baby food must be cooked properly to destroy harmful bacteria. Therefore, before serving, ensure that baby food is completely cooked. Check if the food is cooked by tasting it. Also, look for any uncooked food signs. One such sign is visible pink flesh or juice inside or outside meat. These were the basic safety guidelines to be followed while preparing baby food. Now, let's discuss safety guidelines to be followed when serving food to a baby. First, thoroughly wash the baby bibs and feeding utensils. Clean the eating area and the baby's chair or sitting area with a wet cloth. Dry them completely before use. Mother's and baby's hands should be washed clean before feeding the baby. Babies eating food with their fingers must wash their hands before eating. Test the temperature of the food before feeding the baby. It can be tested by placing a small quantity of food on the feeder's wrist. Sometimes, small hidden spots in the food may have higher temperature. Therefore, food must also be stirred well. Feeding the baby may take time. Hence, the cup or plate from which the baby is fed should be kept covered. Covering it properly will protect the baby food from dust and flies. While feeding a baby, the risk of choking is very high. To prevent choking, make sure the baby is sitting upright. The baby should not walk or run while eating. Never leave the baby unattended while eating. Encourage the baby to eat slowly and chew the food well. Avoid giving hard foods that may cause the baby to choke. Whole nuts and raw vegetable pieces are examples of such foods. Avoid bottle feeding. Now, let's discuss safe storage of baby food. First and foremost, freshly cooked food is the best for babies. Always throw away any uneaten leftover food in the baby's dish. leftover food in the dish has been in contact with the baby's saliva. It will contain bacteria. These bacteria will multiply rapidly when food is stored for reuse. After cooking, avoid touching the food with your hands. Keep the food in a covered container protected from dust and flies. Always store dry and fresh ingredients away from each other. Also, keep raw and cooked food in separate places. Cooked food should not be stored for more than 1 to 2 hours in a hot climate. If a fridge is available, baby food can be stored in it. The fridge must be in good running condition. It must be cleaned at regular intervals. Temperature of 5 degrees Celsius or below should be maintained to keep the food fresh. Protect stored drinking water from dust, hands, and dippers. These guidelines must be followed for preparing, storing, and feeding baby food. Nutritious food, when fed hygienically, will make a baby strong. Whereas, if it is fed in an unhygienic manner, it may make a baby sick. Hence, take precautions to ensure that the food does not harm the baby at all. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. Thank you for joining.